That's a really flattering place. What am I thinking? It is banging, but hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. I am super excited to be giving you guys another scissors only tutorial. Yes, you heard me right. Just scissors and a t-shirt, and that's all we're gonna need. Maybe a safety pin. So we're gonna do that. You guys have been loving these videos. We do have a whole video of 12 others that we've done this same type of method. So if you're interested, definitely check that description box below after you watch this, just to get your inspiration to level 1000. All right, let's do it. All right, so I have two t-shirts. They're both Hanes. Just got them from the thrift store, and I just so happened to find multiples. I don't know how long I've had these because I went in my stash and found them. One has a couple of spots on it, so I'm going to use that for the bottom ruffles, and then the one that doesn't, I'm going to use that for the top. The first thing you want to do is go try it on and mark the fullest point of your hips. That's a really flattering place for most people. I won't say all, because you guys always get me in the comments about that. On most women, on the fullest part of the hips for a drop waist dress to start, we're gonna fold this in half and cut it off there. All right, so I'm gonna use a sliver of soap as always. I'm following the square line of the shirt versus the hem because a lot of t-shirts get warped over time. You want to make sure that these cuts are clean because this is going to be an exposed edge. And we've talked about that. The way you do that is just to have sharp scissors and you take long cuts. Match up where you were cutting and take another long cut. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, too much TikTok. All right, so next we are going to cut some layers. And actually, let's go ahead and cut our t-shirt yarn. We can use this to cut some t-shirt yarn from. The t-shirt yarn, as far as like cutting a perfect piece, is not as important. You just want to cut about a 1-inch piece, and we want to stretch that out as much as we can. It causes it to roll up and open it on the end. All right, so now we have one long piece, and actually that's all we need. Now we want to measure how far down do you want this dress to be after it's done. So you measure from the fullest part of your hip down. Here it is, 12 inches. I want a double ruffle, so I'm gonna do the second one a 4-inch ruffle. All right, time to cut. And when I say sharp scissors, I don't mean necessarily expensive scissors. I mean like fairly new scissors or scissors that you never cut paper with. Once you start cutting paper, it makes them dull faster. What am I thinking? I need 2 layers. I need double. Fricka fracka. I always do something stupid. I literally just did this tutorial on a dress shirt. Why would I do that? Because I had something in my mind that I wanted to do. All right, gotta think. Okay, so at this point, I could go try to find like a white shirt or something else to add with this, but I'm gonna keep rolling with it. And I measured from here to here, and I can get 7.5 inches. So this bottom layer is gonna have to be 7.5 inches. I mean, it is what it is. I did it. It's my silly fault for trying to do a double ruffle. And then that means this layer needs to be 7.5. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. So we got 2 lengths. And the reason you need the 2 lengths is because you want it to ruffle. All right, so right now we're 7.5 and 3.5. We want to cut the one end of each of these. All right, so that's front and back ruffle or short ruffle. All right, so you want to take and open up one side of this, and that's either the front or the back, whichever you choose. And these 2 pieces together will be the front or the back, whichever you choose. It does have a split in it. We're gonna overlap it. So these are our layers. This is our shirt. And what I'm saying goes for even if you only decide to do 1 layer, which under the circumstances I think most people will, because how you gonna have enough fabric? You could use a 3rd t-shirt, you know, whatever you want to do, color block it, make it funky. We're going to fold this and make slits. I'm choosing to do my slits a 1/2 inch apart for the shirt, and I'm going to do 1 inch apart for my ruffles. I think today I'll put a little piece of washi tape on my finger. So as I'm cutting, I just use my finger as a unit of measurement. Fold it up about 1 inch. You want to make tiny slits. Try to make them as small as possible. And if you're just folding it up, just make sure you go through both layers. And once you get done, you should see the little slits in there. And if you started off with the 1/2 inch, you want to make sure you get the end right at the end. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Definitely hit that subscribe button down below and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. We're doing amazing things here. We have easy, we have no-sew, all the way up to the most epic, amazing upcycles ever. And I am teaching a series right now on how to sew. So if you always wanted to know how to sew, hit that subscribe button. And you also have the opportunity to join me one-on-one in classes. I can help you learn how to sew. I can help you with troubleshooting your sewing machine, as well as if you're interested in getting into this influencer game, I can help you with that as well. And then we have a group class called the Blueprint DIY University where we keep each other accountable and we do fun and amazing upcycles there. So definitely hit that join button to learn more about that. All right, back to the video. All right, so for our layers, we want to make these 1 inch on the end. It makes sense to line up short layer and long layer. Line them up together and cut them together. The same thing, I want to fold it up and cut 1 inch apart. So double whatever I cut on the bottom. All right, so now we are ready. We're gonna take our piece of t-shirt yarn and we are going to add a safety pin to the end of it. And we need our front ruffle, and we're going to start from one end. We're going to put everything together to start off with. Go through one hole, come back out, and go through the next hole that's in the front. So since I did all the 1 inch on one, 1/2 inch on the other one, it's just naturally going to gather itself. And you see that, how it's just naturally ruffling it. I have the other layer, we're on the back now, and this is the side. I took it out 2 holes because we're gonna overlap this by 2 holes just to make sure that, you know, my thigh not all the way out. So I'm gonna go through here, go through this one, and that joins these 2 layers. And then I can go through the t-shirt, top of the t-shirt, in and out, and come back up through the new section, all right, and then through the first section. All right, so now that's going to overlap with that, and you can overlap it as much as you want to ensure whatever you're trying to ensure. I keep going until we're done. All right, so we're to the end. Actually, I only have 1 hole left. I had some extra, so I went ahead and cut that off, and now we're going to just overlap it through the hole. All right, so now we take these. Once we get them all the way to the inside, I'm gonna tie them off. All right, there we go. And for now, I'm gonna make a loose knot because I don't ever cut them off until I try it on. You never know what, you know, what you could come up with by having that extra there. Just fluff up the layers a bit. Separate those layers. Yes, that's what I want. And fluff that out some. Yeah. All right, you can see that was easy. This was actually the exact same technique that I used for this ringer tee. This was just a top, and at the end it was adjustable. I'm not gonna do too much adjusting for this one in particular, but we did make it through my little mishap. I like to show you guys my mistakes, because if you are making mistakes and you feel like, oh, you're down on yourself, no, we all make mistakes. We just keep going, right? But I absolutely love how this turned out. It's banging. Like, it is banging, but it needed something. I'll show you. Let's see what it is. these boots. I had just bought this blazer from Zara and I was like, ooh, I think that'll go good with the dress. But I was like, it needs white boots. And oddly enough, I had just ordered white scrunch boots, but I had to wait for him to get in. So this video was actually supposed to go out last week, but I had to postpone it because styling it any other way than this just wouldn't have done it justice. But I did want to let you guys know, because you always ask, can I just wear it with pants? You absolutely can. Just style it with pants. For me, on a normal everyday basis, this will be worn with just some biker shorts. And actually, I do have biker shorts on underneath it, because you know, I have to live my life and just going about my business without having to worry about anybody seeing anything. So definitely do it the way you want to do it. Make it as long or as short as you want. I do have a video you can refer to here if you want multiple layers of this to make it longer. You can make it as long as you like. You can check that out. And that's what I was telling you guys. If you wanted to follow that video and just leave the sleeves on, it would be like this, but just long. Right? So I hope you guys can see that the variations of this technique are just so vast. Just like, you could do so many different things. So definitely let me know in the comments below, what do you want to see me do next with this technique, and let me know other videos that you'd like to see. All right, definitely hit that subscribe button, and as always, I have other videos for you to watch right here. Like I said, 12 no sew scissors only tutorials, as well as some easy DIY upcycles that you can give a try. All right, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.